Kia ora, what's up y'all? Today I'm going to teach you how to do the legal style raw fish, ikamara, ceviche, whatever you want to call it. Come over here. Lots of people have been wanting to understand or learn my way of doing it. Lots of people have their own certain ways of doing it. And they all claim to be the best, that's fantastic. This is my way. I'm going to demonstrate to you why this makes it so special. Over here, I'm placing on the board 4 different pieces of fish. Over here, as you can see, salmon. I have snapper, tuna, tirakihi. This is what's going to make my raw fish the shit. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll teach you how to prep it. We'll start with the salmon. Sharp knife, nice and fresh, got from the market today. And I'm just going to take it off the skin. Nice sharp knife, as you see. Use your hand and remove. Boom. Easy. And all I'm going to do to that is just dice it, really. Nice sharp knife. Cut through the meat. And you can do big chunky ones, you can do really small dice. It's purely up to you, because when you marinate it, it all cooks the meat anyway. And I'm going to go for a dice this size because it looks cool. And we're just going to add that to the... And I'm just going to go across again. Boom. This is going to add colour to my dish, a different flavour. Since salmon is quite healthy and it's got it's got a lot of oil content, it's good for your skin. So for all you health freaks out there, this is your type of raw fish. Not many people know you can do this, hence I'm sharing the secret with you right now. Boom. So that's our salmon done. We'll quickly go over here. Over here, I have tuna. This is yellowfin tuna, very expensive tuna. So right here is about 15 bucks. So this is going to be a gourmet raw fish or ikamara. I'm just going to dice that up quickly. Look at that, nice and fresh. And you can imagine that. You can eat this raw, just like that right now, sashimi styles. So imagine what it's going to taste like when it's in a raw fish. Boom. That goes into my bowl. Okay, over here I have snapper. Again, quite expensive. It's going for about $38 a kg, which is freaking ridiculous. So if you're a fisherman or if you like fishing, go out and catch your own. It's a lot cheaper, a lot more fresher, and you're not forking out huge money. You can tell it's snapper because of the black veins that go through it. See that? That's what makes it snapper. It's quite a flaky white fish, and it's actually one of my favorite fish. My favorite fish of all time is actually John Dory. I love the texture and the flavor of John Dory. Again, John Dory's can be used in here, but let's stick to the island way. Over here, tirakihi, a little bit more cheaper than snapper, so a lot of people use this in their raw fish, and that's purely why, because it's similar to snapper in texture, colour, flavour. It's just not as flaky, so it can take a little bit more of a beating. And all I'm going to do, slice that and cube it again. Everyone has their secret recipe. And this is what I find works well at Christmas parties, also in restaurants, works real well because it's quite a flashy style. In the raro terms called papa'a, ikamara or raw fish. Boom. Don't worry about my knife skills. That's a lot of practice. And here we go, and that should pretty much do it. So right here, I'll finish this one off because it's the last piece. This is tirakihi. So it's a 4 fish, raw fish, and you actually get the chance to try it, you can thank me later. Okay, boom. Over here, we have a bowl with the fish. Just mix that up. And then what I'm going to do now is dice an onion. I'm just going to wash my hands because my hands are a bit slimy. Okay, nice dice here. Boom, straight across, because I want this to be a nice dice here. And again, straight across, so you're getting the nice cubes. And same again. Sorry. Practice this at home before doing it. Don't cut your fingers off. I'm not responsible for loss of limbs. Boom. Again, and that's onion, dependent on flavour again. If you like it quite oniony, put more in. If not, leave it out. It's pretty simple. Right now, Eddie's at home going, cut your finger off, cut your finger off. Don't worry, bro, touch your balls. Okay, that's going to go straight in here, boom. So that's going to be added to the mix. Also too, normally I use the garlic paste because it's convenient, but because it's raw fish, I want the freshest garlic. So I've peeled that, squashed that, and then we're just going to just chop it up roughly. We want nice fresh garlic because rocky motion. What's up to Chris Lyle Palmer out there? Just check out the knife skills, brother. I'll do a video on knife skills later on, and that goes in there as well. Again, I like it quite garlicky, so I'm just going to add a few more. And there's nothing like that fresh garlic. Again, do that quite quickly. Okay, so that's pretty much the base of my raw fish. And then I'm just going to get my hands in there and mix it up. I want to infuse the onion and the garlic with the fish. Because to me, it takes on the flavour quite nicely. A lot of people don't do this first, but I do it. And you can thank me later. Okay, so you're left with that. What I'm going to do now is wash my hands. Now we're going to marinate it. This process is pretty simple. We're going to be adding acid to the fish, which is going to help cook it. Not cook it in the oven, but cook it by acid. Lemon. Squeeze some in. Try not to get the pips in. I'm putting my hand like this to try and catch the extra pips. Or you can do the other thing and pick them out. Purely up to you. Nothing worse than pips in your raw fish. And I'm just adding a few lemons because this is what is going to marinate and cook your fish. Some people like it really lemony. I don't personally. I just like enough acid or enough flavour just to slightly cook it. And then I'll use salt, which also helps the cooking process and draws out the moisture from the fish and cooks it. That's called curing. So I'll use that. See, a bit of lemon. There's no flash way to doing this. You can use a lemon squeezer. That'll probably be faster for a lot. Lots of people like some people will have squeezed so much lemon that the fish is actually killed. So we don't want that. We just want enough acid just to coat it really, because that's enough to actually marinate the whole mix. I also have lime juice, or fresh limes. You can grate it, and this is another thing. It's slightly, obviously, different from lemon. A little bit more expensive, but the flavour of lime is fantastic. Well, so we have that. We're just going to mix that up a bit. I'm also going to add quite a bit of salt. We don't want to kill it, but we do want to add salt because the salt will help draw the moisture out and cook the fish. So I'm using salt from in the grinder, and that's Himalayan salt. I'm going to use a Cully smoke and chili salt because it's going to help add more flavour and texture, really, and I love it. Mix that around. I'm going to add a couple more lemons to this, but that's pretty much it. I'm going to add a little bit more salt also, and I'm going to leave this for about 20 to 30 minutes. And when I come back, basically it'll be time to add my coconut cream and everything else. And as you can see, the colour's starting to change, the acid's starting to cook the meat, cook the flesh, and you're going to end up with beautiful flavoured raw fish. So part 2 coming soon, show you the rest of it, and then plates up. Boom, peace illegal.